Hello, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back to CAM-ASEAN. These are our special videos for online, and they're for you. So these are kind of basic language exercises. This is basic language knowledge, and maybe you know it. Maybe you know present tense. Like maybe you do. But now we can get a clearer understanding of it and a more solid understanding of it. So here we're only going to look at two present tenses today. Okay, there is a simple present tense. Yes, we know. But simple present tense, we can self-study that one. It's adding s or es to some verbs. But we're going to get into present perfect tense. What does that look like? We're going to get into present continuous tense. What does that look like? Also, what do we use these two tenses for? What situations do we use them for? And they are present tense, so we use them a little bit before now and maybe a little bit after. So these two present tenses, it follows in the middle, but it's not exactly present. It refers to situations that may have already started in the past and then are going on until now. So let's look at this here. Let's look at this. Present tense. I will say that you guys are awesome students. Like, this is not a YouTube video. This is a learning opportunity, right? So we can pause the video right now and take out some paper. This is going to be easy to take notes. We can pause the video. Okay, all pause. Okay, now we're ready. All right, we're ready. We have some paper or something. Like we have something to take notes, I hope. Take out your English notebook. Let's get into present perfect. The big thing that we're looking at, like how do we know if something is in present perfect tense? The big key is that have verb. The present tense of have verb. Then we have a past participle. Past participle. That sounds familiar, right? Maybe we've heard that before. Past participle. So then we have past participle. Well, what does past participle look like? This is just a refresher, right? I know you guys know this, but maybe we don't know everything. So we have past participle. This is when we have a verb and it ends, or we conjugate it with an ed or a d, such as heard or sold. We add it on. Or it might have an en at the end, or just an n, like in taken or spoken. I wonder what the past tense of take is. I wonder what the past tense is. It's took. Okay, took is a little different than taken. Took does not end with a d, an n, or a t. Taken does. Or thought, or burnt. It ends in a t. So we kind of need to memorize this part, that the past participle, that the past participle form of a verb ends in d, n, or t. All right. So that's kind of the hard part of present perfect, is thinking of the verbs and how to change them into past participle. But we're going to do that. We will look at that. We will look at that. And I think you guys might recognize, I think you will recognize a lot of these verbs already. But maybe we're not sure what the past participle is. We'll look at some examples. The big thing with present perfect is the have verb. It's the present tense have. But we use have and we also use has. Both of those are present tense. Have and has. And We use them depending on the subject of our sentence. Are we okay with some basic grammar here? Subject, verb, noun, okay? The subject of our sentence. If our subject is plural, we have to use a plural have verb. We is a plural subject. We is a plural subject. So we have to use the plural form of the have verb, which is we have. We have. What about a singular subject? He. He. He has. Has is the singular form of the verb. Has. He has. Here, we have an excellent example right here. We have an excellent example right here. And if you're watching this video, that means that another video is nearby. And we talk about subject-verb agreement in another video. So if this is tricky for us, please look on our page here for another video of subject-verb agreement. But here we use the have verb. This is the plural subject form of have, and we use it for plural subjects. We, they, maybe there's two pronouns, maybe there's two nouns, wisdom and courage. Wisdom and courage have an effect on success. Wisdom and courage, both of those make it a plural subject. So we have to use a plural form of the verb have. There is a little tiny thing, okay? There is a little tiny thing about subject-verb agreement, and I hope you do find that video on our page about subject-verb agreement. You'll see me. I'll be wearing my bow tie, okay? You'll see me in that video. But you is a single subject, and I is a single subject. Like there's one of me. There's one of you. So there's just a little bit of we're bending the rules here. Even though you and I are single subjects, we use have for it, okay? Subject-verb agreement. Look for that video. Okay, so the big part that we need to remember is past participle. That's the big one. The second big one is choosing the correct form of have. If it's has or have. Okay. All right. We have some examples here. We have some examples. I wonder if you can tell me which form is past participle. Which form is past participle? Well, we have to look. We have to look at the end. We have to look at the end of the word. What does it end with? Any of these? Does it end with any of these here? D, N, T. That's a big clue on if it's past participle or not. So, if we have burn and burnt, if we have sell and sold, yes, you're probably guessing right, that it ends with a T. So burnt is the past participle. Yeah. Sold ends with a D. So it's the past participle. We know that it is. Okay, we'll look at some more examples because this is kind of the critical part of present perfect here. Some more examples. You guys, we have seen these before. That's the good news. We've seen given. We've seen some of these. The past tense of eat is ate. Ate. But the past participle of eat is eaten with an N. 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 The past tense of give is gave. But the past participle is given. N, 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 N. We have hide and hidden. Let's keep going. There's a couple more. Sleep. Is sleeped, 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 S-L-E-E-P-E-D, or P-P-E-D, sleeped? Not quite there, but slept is a past form of sleep, and it's a past participle because it ends with a T. Here we have buy and bought, T. Here we have ride and, not road, ridden, ends with an N. Wake, woken, ends with an N. So, I'm asking you now, what were those 3 letters that past participle forms of the verb end in? Those 3 letters? D, N, T. Of course you know that. Of course you know that. We have some more examples here. I'll ask you to pause the video. Pause the video and take a look. Write these down. You guys, you are in control of this lesson right now. You can stop me at any time, really. You can stop me at any time. Steal, stolen. We have the past simple and we have the past participle here. And you can see that there's a difference, but you also see that they end in N or D right here for the past participle. So, we know what it looks like now. Okay, we know what present perfect looks like. Present perfect looks like this. It has a have verb, either has or have, and it has the past participle. So we saw a lot of past participles. All right, now we know what it looks like. Now, when do we use it? When do we use the present perfect? What situations? There are 3 situations that we use present perfect. And they all tell about a relationship of time. How recently something happened. The present perfect is used for an action that has already taken place. It's in the past. But the definite time of the action is not clear, or it's not mentioned. Okay, something happened in the past, but we don't know the exact time. We can use present perfect. Let's look at an example. So we have present tense. We need a present tense have, or we need a have or a has, and a past participle. So here are 2 sentences. You didn't think there was going to be a quiz, did you? Here are 2 sentences here. We know what present perfect looks like. So this is where we try to identify it. Which one is present perfect? Pause the video. Wait, I'll pause the video. Okay, and we're back. All right, so you guys guessed it. You guys guessed it right. Look at this. We know it's present perfect because it has a has in there. It has the have verb. Suzuki is a singular subject, so we use a singular verb form, has. Suzuki has returned the books she borrowed from the library. We don't know when she returned them. We just know that it already happened. It already happened. It's already taken place. We do know that much. We know that Suzuki returned the books, but we don't know when. We can use present perfect. If we look at this one, Suzuki returned the books she borrowed from the library. So this is simple past tense. Simple past tense. Suzuki has returned the books she borrowed from the library. It's emphasizing that it's happened recently. although we don't know the time, it's happened recently. We say has returned. You could say Suzuki returned the books she borrowed from the library. Maybe she returned them a year ago. Maybe she returned them last semester. So then we might use past tense. But if she returned them yesterday, or if she returned them a couple hours ago, if she returned them a couple days ago, we might say it's already taken place fairly recently. So we can use present perfect to emphasize a reference of time. Let's look at another one, you guys. All right. We know what present perfect tense looks like. What does it look like? It has the have verb in there. Either a have or a has. It must have it in there. So, by looking, like we don't even have to read the sentences, just by looking at this, which one is in the present perfect tense? Take a guess. A wild guess. Okay, I will freeze the video. And we're back. So now we have the answer. And you guys probably guessed it right. You can just look at this sentence. You don't even need to know what it means. Have completed. You have completed all the holiday assignments. It's already taken place. It's like you've completed it. But the time is not mentioned. Like the definite time is not mentioned. All right? So then we're going to keep moving here. We're going to keep moving here. There is a second situation. Remember, we said that there's 3 situations that we use present perfect tense. One of them we just did. It's already taken place, but we don't know when. Now there's another one here, another situation. Something started in the past. Something started in the past. Make it a little bigger for you here. Something has started in the past and it continues until now. Let's see, how does that work? It started in the past, but is still going on now. Interesting. The present perfect is used to talk about an action or a situation which has started in the past already, and it's going on now. Some examples. We know what present perfect tense looks like, right? So this one should be easy. We should be able to spend like 1 second and tell me the answer. We need a have verb in there. Which one has the have verb? Okay, tricky question. It's the top one. David has lived in Japan since his childhood. It means that David has lived in Japan. He lived in Japan when he was a child. And he still lives in Japan. Started in the past. David started living in Japan as a child and continues until now. He is still living in Japan. All right. Now this should be getting easy for us, right? Because all we're looking for is what it looks like. We haven't mentioned the past participle. We haven't mentioned that one too often. Lived, it ends in a D. That's good. Completed, it ends in a D. That's good. Past participle, we have that. Let's do another one here. We have, I have studied in this college for 4 years. Or, I studied in this college for 4 years. Oh, there we go. Right now we're just identifying what these tenses look like. I think we got it. I think we're getting it. The big one is the have verb. So this top one is the only sentence with that have verb. That's what we're looking for. It also has a verb in a past participle form. It ends in a D, or an N, or a T. Okay. There is one more thing. There is one more thing here. One more situation. I'm going to read it to you. The present perfect is used for events that were completed in the past, but are important now in the present. Something was done in the past. Something was done in the past, right here, action completed just now, but it's important to the present, like it's important now. Let's take a look, right? Let's take a look and see what this is. Tom already went to the movie theater. Tom has already gone to the movie theater. Well, we could look at this in two ways. We could find out, let's see, which one has that have verb in it. The has or the have verb. And it's the bottom one, you guys. It's the bottom sentence. Tom has already gone to the movie theater, so you cannot find him in the office now. So it's something that happened in the past. It was completed in the past, but it's important. That information is important now. So Tom has already gone to the movie theater. Like that happened maybe recent, like a little bit ago. But so you cannot find him in the office right now. So I think you guys got that one. Tom has already gone to the movie theater. And we see also that we have a past participle form there. Pause this video at any time. You have the power to stop me. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. All right. Okay, another one. I have just lost my pen. I just lost my pen. You guys, now this is easy. Now it's just like, which one has the have verb, you know? That's kind of what it is right now, right? I have just lost my pen. So I can't do the exercise. I lost my pen in the past. It happened in the past. I lost my pen. It happened in the past. But that information is important now. I have just lost my pen, so I can't do the exam. Ah, yeah. There we go. Tom has already gone to the movie theater. Good enough. Good enough. So it's just a reminder here. It's just a reminder here that we use present perfect in three situations. Well, three main situations. Something has already taken place, but we don't know when it happened. Something has started in the past, and it continues until now. Hey, let me get out of the way a little bit. You can take a screenshot if you need to. See, let me get out of the way a little bit here, and
you beneath the section 1, right?
And see, just so you guys can take a screenshot here. And then our last one was something was completed in the past, but it's important. That information is important now. Okay, so I have to ask you guys an important question. We good? Like, are you okay? Are you okay with this one? Just those kind of three main situations for for present perfect. So we talked about what it looks like. It has the have verb in there, and it has a past participle form of the verb in there. And we use have or has depending on the subject that we depending on the subject of the sentence. Do you remember what we talked about in the beginning? Is you and I, those are singular subjects of a sentence. But what form of have do we use? You and I. You and I, we use the plural form. We say you have. You have gone. You have gone to lunch. You have gone to lunch right here. Just walk these back. You and I, we use this have form. Even though this is for a plural subject, have, it's for a plural subject. Just a little English rule that we have to bend, and we use you and I with this plural form, okay? So we know what it looks like. We know what present perfect looks like. It's easy to spot. It's easy to see because we have the have and we have the past participle. The kind of big challenge, the challenge that we need to know, though, is the past participle form of the verb. That's kind of a big challenge. Because there are irregular verbs. There are irregular ones. Okay. There are irregular past participle verbs. And that will just come with practice. We'll get it by practicing. Just moving through these here, and we've covered everything. We've covered those three situations. We've covered it. It's already taken place, but we don't know when. It's something that's already happening and continues to happen even now. That's number 2. And then number 3 is right here. It was completed in the past, but that information is important now. All right. So that is one of the present tenses. That is one of the present tenses. So glad that you were stuck around, and so glad that you had paper out and you took notes. So glad that you can rewind this video. Rewind. You can go back to the beginning of this video and look at it again and check your notes and make sure you're awesome with those. So we're going to be looking for, so here's your homework. I'm giving you homework on this live video. Here's your homework. You're going to be looking for our other video coming soon, subject-verb agreement. Also, present continuous. We're going to start that one in the next shot. Have a great day, and thanks for coming to CAM-ASEAN.